Namaste, my friends. How are you doing? I'm very happy to know that the whole week passed peacefully, calmly. Do you see that that is the one meaning of awakening? You wake up in the morning, you were engaged in all the personal, professional, social activities, and throughout the day, from waking until sleep, you remained calm. There was not a moment of reaction, of anxiety, of duality, and a conflict. And it happened throughout the week. Normally, what happens, you wake up and you feel tired, and you go to a restaurant, you feel, no, I don't like it, and you meet someone, and internally the mind reacts. Can you very well imagine that there is no reaction inside? Outside, you interacted with the people and you are able to maintain that state. What that indicates? That indicates the purity of the mind. Because the past impressions are not able to trigger your mind with reference to the outer situation, people, relationship. That is a great achievement. In fact, I would say that is a deeper state. Meditation is taking over our entire life. That is the key to understand. So do not forget every day before you go to sleep, right, just sit there for 10 to 15 minutes, find out what happened throughout the day, with whom you interacted, what actions, what works you did and you have done, and what was the state of the mind? Were you in anxiety or feeling a sense of reaction to a person in relationship to your body, to your mind? The mind should be able to maintain that state of calmness. Do you remember I discussed in one of the sessions that calmness before the action you thought of doing. Say, for example, you thought, oh, let me call this guy. So you are in the state of the calmness and peace. And now during the talk, you were in peace. And after the conversation, you are in peace. So what means? The mind somewhere deep inside was able to maintain peace in all your activities. I'm just pointing you out. That is what happens when the mind is purified and it starts working in the state of the peace and the calmness. It goes a long way. We will start today with one more practice in 3 stages, and that practice we will continue with some changes based on your experiences. So please close your eyes. In the stage 1 is passive stage. Eyes are closed. Find out the most comfortable place, position of the body, and posture. Where did I say eyes are closed? Wherever you want to sit, it's okay. And wherever you want to sit, just be aware that around you there is a lot of space around the body. And you become aware of that space. Place means obviously place joins with the space. So not only you are aware of the space all around your body, and then you are aware of the position of the body. You're sitting on a couch or on a floor. That is up to you. But we raise our awareness of the space all around. And just be grateful to the space. If the space is not there, how can you sit anywhere? How can you choose the place if the space is not there? You are, you are aware of the space, then you are aware of the body, means the physical body, and then you are aware of the position of the body. Position of the body. Just an awareness of the place, just why we are awareness of the place, position, and posture of the body, and after that, I am silent to check. You check also that the mind is able to continue in that state of calmness. Even if the thoughts are coming, let it come and go. But physically, you find that you are able to sustain that state. That is what happens, which we do not notice when we wake up and we find that state of the calmness. Now being comfortable, and follow the simple rule of being comfortable the way I have been guiding you. Look at the neck joint. Be there means you are present there. Then you experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. And then check. It is the moving of the mind within at the physical level, because you become aware of the joint. Aware of the joint means we remind the mind to look within instead of the world outside. The mind is scattered in millions of directions. Mind is scattered in millions of directions outside. So we find, oh, joint, go deep to the root of the joint. We have nothing to do with the joint. Through the joints, we are experiencing, mind is moving within. Clear? Now, now we will see that we are carefree. So in being carefree, uh, just a reference point, first the reference point, and then all the thoughts, undesirable thoughts are coming and going. What it means, what is the reference point? Let me explain you in a different way to make it possible for you to raise your awareness. You see the sky and the birds are flying in the sky. So sky is the reference point. You see the waves in the water. In an ocean, the ocean is the reference point where you have the water and the waves, the highway and the traffic. Similarly, we have the mind. The deeper layer of the mind is always at peace and calm. It is like a space. So that is what I say. You look inside the forehead in the space or blankness. Good. And now on that space, the thoughts, feeling, emotions pops up. If there is no highway, how can you have the traffic? Traffic has no meaning if there is no highway. Similarly, if the space in the mind is not there, there is no meaning of the unwelcome, unwanted thoughts. Are you getting it? I believe so. So you are in a state of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. And in that state of steadiness, the mind is living within. Reference point is the space. And on that surface of the space or emptiness, the thought comes and goes, feeling appears and disappears, emotion pops up, and if you do nothing, you are simply watching. You are simply watching these thoughts, feeling, and emotions. So you see that if you don't follow these three steps, the place, position, and the posture, and then we move to the uh, being comfortable, where we recognized what we recognized, that let the mind move, start pointing inward, not outward. Good. And then we are in the third state, that is third step. That is what I say being carefree, where the reference point is the space, reference point is the highway, the thoughts, reference point is the sky, and the birds or the clouds. Reference point is the water or the ocean. And where is the movement? Movement in the waves. Why we do that? We recognize we recognize that thoughts, feelings are separate from that space. From that space, here I told you sky, from the highway, etc., etc. What happens? Internally we have to recognize that separation. What that separation? I am not the thoughts, feeling, and emotions. Thought, feeling, and emotions. What is going to happen? You are free. You'll be able to maintain that state of the calmness. Oh, it is possible? Yes, 100% possible. And now in that state, we are in the first stage of the meditation. So if the mind pops up with unwanted thoughts, feeling, and emotion, we have intellect. We have intellect to invite thoughts, feeling, and emotion. Did you understand this? We are in the stage one. Mind says it is my birthright to invite you unwanted, unwelcome thoughts. So I have an intellect, the free will. Now we are applying it. We have understood that part very well in our previous thing. Intellect or the free will. That is a free will. We have a choice to invite. And that invitation is called the mantra. So in every day, in the beginning, every day during the practice of meditation, you invoke the mantra, and then you allow that mantra to be present all the time during the day. Sarve bhavantu sukhina. Sarve bhavantu sukhina. You can say in your mind, Sarve bhavantu sukhina. So that is, we said loudly or mentally, both are okay. And then we go to the meaning. Let everyone be happy. So you think along with me. Everyone would be happy. Oh, am I blessing? No, I'm exploring the happiness in all the beings. That is the knowledge. Meaning is let everyone be happy. But when we explore the mantra, we find we are exploring happiness in every being on this earth. But we start with our relations, dear and near ones. So you can just become aware of them and see. Tell the mind happiness is their nature. Happiness is their nature, so it is my nature. What happens when happiness meets the happiness? You can very well imagine. But then why the happiness meets the sorrow? Because of the impurity of the mind. Because of the impurity of the mind. Did you understand it clearly? We have to keep this awareness all the time during the day. Sarve santu niramaya. You are saying in your mind, Sarve santu niramaya. sarve santu niramaya. What is the meaning? Let everyone be in the state of well-being. Well-being. Oh, am I blessing everyone? No. I am saying that well-being is a state behind the mind of the real self. Oh, then the real self is always in the state of well-being? Answer is yes. That is why we say whole, or that is why we say holistic. Do you remember? So your mind becomes a channel for well-being. So what happens? You prevent unwanted thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So that's near and dear ones, if you feel them. Why we are doing this? Why we are doing it? In order to purify the mind and be ready to change our behavior and attitude. I believe you are understanding it's not a big deal. And if you do not, tell me after. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Meaning, let everyone be blessed. The blessing and the grace should fall upon each and everyone. The grace normally, or I would say generally, it means that there is a blessing or a kindness or empathy or the happiness or the joy enters in our life from the unseen, unknown sources. No, it comes from the known sources. Why we feel it comes from the unknown sources? Because of the impurity of the mind. So the mind, when becomes pure, it becomes aware of the entire world and the existence that is blessing all the time. But the mind resists. It is the impure mind with the ego resists. So you repeat it again, let everyone be blessed. But how the blessing takes place? The space is always available to me to move freely. The air is always available for me to breathe. Is it not the blessing? One example. And you immerse your mind in that state of awareness of the space, air, water, always. The sun is always available. Without them, there is no existence possible. Ma kaschid dukha bhagu bhavi. The fourth line of this. Ma kaschid dukha bhagu bhavi. Ma kaschid dukha bhagu bhavi. Meaning, let no one suffer from any misery, or let there be no suffering in the world. No suffering in the world. Who experiences? The human being. So it means no human being should suffer. When I invoke that thought with the feeling, we recognize the world is suffering, I am not. The real I never suffers in the world, is suffering due to ignorance and delusion. Otherwise, the world is beautiful. So the stage one of the meditation is done. And now the stage two. We continue to purify the mind and we continue to reveal in our mind the relationship between the breath, mind, intellect. So in the second stage, the first step would be, now it is very easy for you to keep looking inside the forehead. You find the space or the emptiness, that is good. You are aware of the body. The body maintains the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Good. Now the mind is looking inside the forehead in the space. And every time you become aware of the space, drop the mantra Shantoham. Shantoham. Shantoham means I am the peace. I am not in peace. I am the peace. You got it? Yes. And you also got it. The peace, image of the peace is a good space. And the good space means what? Good space means what? Good space means emptiness of the mind. Even for a fraction of a second, we are aware of the good space. But it will take us to a deeper state. So, looking into the space inside the forehead, you start dropping Shantoham mentally. Shantoham, Shantoham, Shantoham. And then start breathing into the rib cage gently and shorter breath. Gently and a short breath into the rib cage so that you feel the expansion and contraction of the rib cage with every breath going in and out. We are going for a deeper, higher meditation. Here, breathing short and gentle breath into the rib cage through the nostrils You experience the expansion and contraction of the rib cage at the same time, or I would say simultaneously. Your mind is dropping Shantoham deep inside the forehead in the space. You are aware of the space while dropping Shantoham, because it means I am the peace, and the peace, image of the peace, shape of the peace is a good space that you are able to see inside your forehead. Continue. Here, continuously dropping Shantuham. At the same time, you are breathing gently into the rib cage. You are aware of the expansion and contraction of the rib cage. While breathing in, it is expansion. While breathing out, it is contraction. And then now leave this, allow the breath to return to normal, to nothing. And in that state of doing nothing, casually looking at the head and the neck, and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And then be aware mind is living within. I will explain you what I mean by mind living within. So when the mind is living within, it is away from the world. When it is away from the world outside, when it is away, then what? Then what? You do not have any object of the world. And then what? You reveal the calmness and peace from within. We will go deeper into that, but at this time, looking at the right arm and experiencing sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Moving the mind on the left arm, experience the sensation, relaxation, and stillness, aware the mind is living within. It is away from the world. When it is away, then what do you? So no object of the world is causing any trigger in the mind. You reveal the calmness and peace from within. You become aware of the right leg, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Left leg, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The entire body. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. So in that state, we will continue. Now you start breathing deep, silent, and slow. Not very deep so that you find any discomfort. Breathe deeply. First into the belly. Deep, silent, slow breathing means first into the belly and then into the rib cage. Very good. And you breathe out from the belly, then from the rib cage. Just check you in your inhalation and your exhalation is almost equal. Make sure movement of the belly and the rib cage is smooth. And now when you inhale, move the mind from the top center of the head to the tailbone. So your mind moves inside from the center of the head, inside, then it goes to the back of the neck and the spine, and it reaches the tailbone. When you exhale, your mind moves from the tailbone to the top center of the head. Very good. And now, as you inhale, mind moves from the top center of the head to the tailbone, but while moving, you are singing mentally Shantoham. Sha starts at the top center of the head. Hum reaches to the tail, but when you exhale, your mind sings Shantoham Sha at the tailbone, and then the mind rises, reaches to the tail, reaches to the top center of the head. You see the movement of the mind, the mantra, the deep silent slow breathing, and the spine all sync, all sync together. Please continue, all sync together. Today we are going for a longer meditation journey, and tell me after the meditation if you are able to sustain that so that we can move ahead. Deep silent slow breathing. Ocean to hum. Shantuham. You're also aware of the sync. Sync of what? Sync of the mantra, sync of the movement of the mind, sync of the spinal awareness. Why? You will understand just as you practice. Shantoham, because your breath is deep, silent, and slow. And now leave the deep silence, slow breathing, allow your breath to be normal. And experience sensation, different varying sensations. It may be tingling, numbness. You may feel as if you're out of the body or you have risen above the body. If that, and then calmness and quietness deep within, sensation, relaxation, and stillness outside on the body, calmness and quietness deeper within. And in that state, you are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath, you are simply looking at the breath. Simply looking at the breath in and out. And see that, can you drop Shantoham gently on each breath, going in and out, gently, as if it is a play and the fun. Why it is a play and a fun? Because your mind is already calm, and now it will listen to you. Listening to you means no unwanted, unwelcome thoughts, feelings, and emotions are there. Means inner space. Mind is living within. We will understand what it means by mind living within it, but just experience that. Just dropping Shanto. Now we will go for the third stage, and I will advance each and every step from now. So you need to do this practice every day. So now leave that Shantoham with the breath also. Now we will do Shantoham with an image. Look inside your heart. Visualize the square of any color. You are looking inside the heart and you are looking at you visualize or just imagine or visualize square. If I say square, your mind normally becomes aware, and that awareness is required. That is what I say. See the square of any color inside your heart. Now, again, the play and the fun. Because if we do not have a play and the fun, the joy will be missing, and somewhere the mind will struggle. So we are not asking the mind to struggle. So now see what we are doing with the square. You look at one side of the scale, look at the side of the square, and then drop Shantoham. Drop Shantoham, then look at the second side Shantoham, third side Shantoham, fourth side Shantoham, then move the mind anti-clockwise. First side Shantoham. You can start the Shantoham on the top side of the square. So now anti-clockwise Shantoham, 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 Shantoham. Mentally you are dropping on the side of a triangle, moving clockwise and moving anti-clockwise. Your mind, I believe so, your mind will continue to stay within, even if it doesn't stay within, no problem. You recognize it. Oh, mind has gone outside, and you return to the square inside your heart. You look at the side you drop Shantoham. Practice, when you practice minimum for a week, there will be a tremendous change. First day you may not feel like it's okay. Shantoham. Mentally, when you drop mentally Shantoham, the mind continues to live, stay within in the state of the calmness and the peace, whatever what experiences you have had in the last week as you wrote to me, because of the mind continues to live within. And that is how I recognize what you need now. We are already moving to the high. Don't fall down. And now look at the center of the square, that point. Explore that point and drop Shantu Hum. So when you are dropping Shantu Hum, dropping Shantu Hum, your mind seems to go deep into the space. It seems mind seems to stop. When the mind seems to stop, do, do nothing. Remain in the state. You will discover the thoughts, feelings, and emotions are too far from you. They are very far. Even you will experience the body is too far from you. You are a different being. When you say Shantu Hum at the center of the scare, and with that you discover the mind is absorbed deep within. You need not to say Shantu Hum again, but you remain absorbed into that state. You will see it as further beyond the state of the calmness and the joy you have. And even after the session is over, you continue to live into that state. So always keep half an hour window open. Right? You said Shantu Hum, and your mind is absorbed. So you cannot figure out how long you can stay or you have to stay. Just stay there. So it will indicate us that how much impressions we still have. If you are able to continue with even in half an hour, you are absorbed. There's a kind of self-absorption. It will go a long way. So I'm not saying the concluding mantras, that is Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So when your mind says, oh, today, now the time has come to return, then you say mentally, Om Shanti, 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 and then only you can return the way we have been returning from the meditation.